Let's see if I can still do it. Ever since I got braces, that's like I lost my whisper. We are our own greatest instrument. Yes, we are the instrument of ourselves. I can whistle still. You know that song? I wonder if anybody knows that song. That song is it's an old Monty Python song. Always look on the bright side of life. That's hard to do. My lips are all, what? You want me to go round? They're supposed to be flat. So there's people on the roof. My AC quit working and I just quit trying to communicate with things. I just go without. I just learned to go without. Just go without. You don't need it. You don't need air conditioning. 7,000 feet in the desert. It's cool. Your mom are all right. I was like, I'm going to do a talk and see if there's anybody on my planet. And here we are. To see if anybody's on the planet with me and Mom, the same plane that me and Mom live. She's right here. Mom, you want to say hi? Wait. There you go. Now wave. Now wave. Wave. Say hi. That's you. That's you, Ma. That's Loretta Sue. Loretta Sue. Blue and red. Yeah, we don't live on the same planet as everybody else. We live in a different world. So I was just checking to see if there's anybody tuning into our orbits. I had to lay down. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I was up and I said, okay, I'm ready to start the day. What do I do? What do I do? There's not really a whole lot to do at 5 o'clock in the morning and 7,000 feet in the sky in northern New Mexico. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So at least the dude, like, you know, the guy that looked at the stuff today looked like, he looked like he was put together. What does that have to do with anything? What does that mean? Because I'm happy?
Yeah.
And you're not? Dude, I'm so over miserable, pathetic people in this world that just go into people's, like, joyful spaces and try to freaking suck the life out of it because their mommies aren't around to pat you on your little ass and tell you you're a good boy? That's not my fucking job. Go away. We're shit stains on the fabric of society. It's always dudes named Brandon. Fucking Brandons. And J names. And Dylans and Tylers. You know, they just don't really fill the world with a whole lot more than voids in their dark, empty, dank, stank souls. So welcome to my team. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka. In fact, I like to have talks on how I feel about things. I'm a stay-at-home daughter. Hi. I talk about making the world a better place. That I speak these things into existence by taking actions that move the world towards an existence where there's a trickle up economics instead of a never ever trickle down. I have all kinds of ideas I've used using AI on how to get people paid $15 an hour just with their phone and picking up garbage. And using the same county software the same software, GIS software that the county uses, you know, for their land surveying. The public is starting to figure out like how much the people that run Taos, it's only 6,000 people in the whole town. There's only 34,000 people in the whole county. This county is the size of Delaware. They freaking are purging money. They just misallocate their funds on unuseful things. Yeah, it's not. So just like so many other communities, but what we're getting to a point on planet Earth where there's like the crux of maximum bullshit is what I call it. like where people are going to be at the maximum of pressure in their lives, whether it's earthquakes, economic insecurity, like you're taking care of somebody and then like the means to take care of them is taken away, and then you are faced to now what are you going to do to take care of them? Are you going to do anything you can, like I did back years ago when I doubled down and I said, okay, Mom, I'm going to take care of you till your last breath. You'll never go home. Here we go. We're going to do this together, Mom. All the trials and tribulations that come with it. And we did it. And we got to stay together, and we're still together, and she's still happy, and I'm happy, and she still has her pretty smile, and she's not angry and bitter old lady. There's so many angry, bitter old people in the world. So many. We can't be like them. It's a waste of a pretty smile. This smile cost me $4,000. Because I was an adult. I was 40-year-old woman, and I went and I said I went to my insurance, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, it doesn't cover for you. It's just for kids in their teens and shit. So I had to pay it all out of pocket. Not bad. Haven't been to the dentist in 10 years. Not bad. I got this mercury shit they've been toxifying me with. It's like a slow moving intoxicant because it's metal. Your body's not supposed to process metal, like filter metal. That's not what our tissues are supposed to do. So let me call you back. I'm doing a live. That's all right. I just wanted to touch base and make sure you're all right. Okay. All right. Bye. All right. I go off planet a lot, so the people I know, there's because like attracts like. Is in the Marin. I don't know what that is. I want people to get over themselves enough to make the whole world a better place. That's what I pray for. Like, God, help me think less of myself today so that I can think of others, so I can be useful to them and less useful to me. Because all the places of all the getting the things that I want got me to pretty dark places, and I'm pretty fortunate still to be here, so I don't want to squander whatever life I have left, wasting it on unuseful things like believing in old ideologies such as politics, religion. Oh, it's a thing like the army? Did they take them and are they making them? Wait till America starts doing that. We're going to take your little boys that you raised so good and kind. Marine! Is it like the Marines? Did they recruit him to Gestapo style? I would like to hear more about where your brother is. What country is your brother in? I remember you from before because you said nice things before. Because I was in the military. That's probably why you're here. I'm big on astrology. Like attracts like. So. Yes, I remember you. I hope that you're... Oh, wait. See, I'm thinking of somebody in the Bronx, too. I'm thinking of different people. See, I'm fragmenting. Pull it together, Marjo. I think I'll eat a piece of caramel. That'll fix everything. Can't get through these frickin' things. Look at these. They're candies. They're beads is what they are. Whoop, I don't want to. Whoop, 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 whoop. You should be more worried about your brother than what my face looks like, really, though, but that's cool. I'm not really into all that stuff. But yeah, so these are, I got Pineapple Mango Paradise. And watermelon cherry rush.
Wow.
I don't, there's, how many of them are there? 60? There's 60. There's 60 of them. I bought these, like, I can't get through them all. I gotta live my life. Because they're like 50 milligrams a piece. And they're 60 bucks. They're like $1 a gummy. That's the best price in town I found. Yeah, it sounds gummy yummy. They're so, and they don't have that, like, some gummy, some taste like that medicine-y kind of little aftertaste. No, these use live resin, I think. I think these are live resin. I don't like the other flavors feel left out, so I gotta eat one of each. Or I gotta eat 2 of one flavor. So, Noshi edible. I make caramel. I like to make caramel. I need to make a batch. But I gotta get through some of this stuff first. Woo! Tasty little treats. So things that are things that we are concerning ourselves with in the world today. Things we are concerning ourselves. Let's see. I say things and then I get. You want to see the caramel that I make? This is the last batch. This was like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. This is the caramel that I make. Well, it's never the same. Because, like, I use this. You know what this is? Only grown-ups should know what this is. You know what that is? It's called keef. So all those glandulars that come off the flower, it's this. So I put 1 ounce of flour keef into a batch of caramel. I found the perfect recipe. I just think it tastes better when I infuse the flour into the butter. Yeah, and then now I think it turns out I don't like using this stuff. It makes it so strong. I take it. I'll eat a piece about 6 o'clock. It feels nice until about 9, and then I go off to sleep, and then I wake up in the morning, and I'm ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah, huh? Ready to start my day. So this to make this, and people love it all over the. I've given this people cookies. I call them what I make Margeables because that's my name. Because that's my name. So we're just been hanging out. Mom's been. We went out yesterday. I took Mom to the grocery store. Speaking of coffee, don't I have coffee around here somewhere? Oh, I did. I'm almost out. I did take a little nap. I don't ordinarily take naps, but I did kind of take a nap today because I got up at like 4. It was like 4:30. It was way earlier than I was normally used to. Luna likes to go. Luna, named for the stars. I didn't name her Luna. She came into rescue like 11 years ago. She's been with us 11 years. She had 40 minutes before she was about to be put down. And I said, pull her. I'll take her, I'll foster her until we found a place. And then once she got to us, I quickly deduced that she was going to be with us forever. And she's the last one out of all 5 of the dogs that we started out with. We came to Taos, New Mexico because we had 5 dogs and a cat. And I looked all over the United States. We got invited to move to Flagstaff, and once we got there, it became quickly evident that the woman, hey, what's up, that invited us to live there did so under the pretense that she could use me to make her feel better about her divorce and treat me poorly while she did so. And after we were there for a few days, you need money, you better start going out and doing nice things for other people, because that's how I have always gotten money. And talking on these YouTubes, I was just going to tell a story about the times that me and Mom were so desperate, stuck in Flagstaff, out on Bugle Trail Road. Like miles from nowhere. I didn't have my vehicle. It was the shop that a guy was just letting it sit there. I'd rather probably be in Mexico right now than be in the United States. Although I'm in Taos, so it's no different than Mexico. It's the same thing. Because borders, they're like imaginary lines. And then men with egos go, that's the line that I designate as this side is my side and that side is your side. And all that shit's stupid anyway. That's all my native indigenous blood that says, oh yeah, borders? Property sales? Really? Developments? How about scalping? See, because half my dad's side, they're the colonials. They're the colonists. They're the fucking dudes, weird dudes. There's all kinds of stuff. I live in Mexico. I live in New Mexico. New Mexico is Mexico. There are people that have been here since the 1400s. Like it hasn't, the maps can change, but the people's beliefs don't. It was, okay, let me get on with my stories about Flagstaff and how we got to Taos and all the wonderful things that have happened since we've gotten here. It's a very good story. It's not Grand Theft Auto. It's not Mario Kart. It's real fucking life. So I was doing my videos, and this woman that had been following me for a while, her dear sweet husband had passed, and so she was reaching for the internet to solace, and then she came across some certain people's, and I was one of them. And she never heard someone like me talk about the things that she thought, and I say it out loud. And so she reached out before I had to move Oregon, and then like she was kind of on the outskirts of my world, on the fringe still, although we had made contact. And I was so preoccupied of trying to move my family and trying to find peace and serenity when I am just chaos in my mind of all the, oh gosh, it was so hard. And so she was watching my videos, and every day, like, I'm losing weight, I'm stressed out, the dogs were outside, I couldn't say anything because this woman was threatening to put me and my mother out on the street. And so I'm energetically taking it. I'm just taking it. I'm taking it. Every time this bitch is making me, like, eat shit, I'm taking it. Like, the stuff that people have made me go through, because it's called power plays, because they have power over me, and I have no other choice, and I know I don't have any other choice, and they know I don't have any other choice, and so they can talk to me however kind of they want to, and I just gotta take it, and take it, and take it, and inside I'm thinking, man, I just need to pick this bitch up and throw her through her own plate glass window, and then she won't talk to me like that anymore. Maybe she'll take me serious. But you can't be violent, so no, I would never do that. So anyway, this woman's watching. I was at the crossroads. I was so stressed out. I was like, God, if you don't send somebody in, I'm going to start calling for Satan, and I'll just sell my soul and make it easier. I was there, right? And so she came in and she said, I see your light going and I want to help you. And she said, I'm going to send you a check for $15,000. She sent me that check, I still had to wait for like part of it to clear. Then I had to wait for more of it to clear. But as soon as that first part cleared, I got dropped off downtown Flagstaff. I looked in the newspaper. I looked for car dealerships. I picked one of two. I went to one and two. They had a minivan. I wrote a check for $3,500. Drove home in that minivan. We packed up the car the next day. I made arrangements to have the movers come get my shit. The woman wouldn't even let me stay. She still has my stuff in Flagstaff. She stole from me. So I can't retaliate. I can't go after people. I have to let them screw me over. Because if I go after them, then I'm not believing and trusting in my higher power, my creator of all things, to take care of. And I'm creating destruction in the world, and I am here to create peace. So, after the nice lady, so I threw emails and YouTube channels. We found a place in Ranchos de Taos. A trailer owned by a woman named Denise Blanco. May she rest peacefully. She was tormented by the bottle, just like I was. I tried to help her. She didn't want it. I gotta leave people where they are. And may she rest peacefully. She was only a year older than me. But once people get stuck in that grass, they can't let it go, or that grass can't let them go, I should say. So, we got to live there until her little boy Joey got out of, later, have a rad day, peace, got out of prison. He was out 3 months before he shot his own cousin, ran for the cops, dipped out to Albuquerque, and they picked him up. This kid don't do jail. This kid is like, how, like, the judicial system doesn't exist. It's the good old boy club. You gotta know the right people, grease the right hands, and then the important, because he's the grandson of Frank, see. And Frank was a military guy. I was military. I see how it's all bullshit, and how people that should be locked away aren't locked away. Anyway, I digress. So once we get to Ranchos de Taos, I started thinking back about emails from 3-4 years earlier, from when me and Mom did those DNA tests, because she was adopted. We had gotten correspondence about Colorado, New Mexico, stuff like that, and then life got busy, and that wasn't my primary purpose, where my focus was. And after we landed here, I started looking at those emails. This is after we moved to the second place, out to Arroyo Hondo, where Melinda Gonzalez was my landlady. See, these people that like, they have what they have because their parents had what they had. Understand? They don't have what they had because they did jack shit in their life. They have what they have because of what family they were born to and what the family had, and then they get what the family had. That's why but they don't know how to take care of what they have. They don't know, it's just they have it. And so when I moved out there, that's when we discovered that Mom was born in Cuesta, which was 12 miles north of where we lived. We met Mom's cousin, Adrian Cisneros. He told us some of the history and how important, like, he got to sit there and tell me about all the privilege that he got for, being who he is, and that more of the privilege that Mom was not ever entitled to. Because they fucking threw her away into an orphanage when she was a little girl, from birth. She was a baby. They threw a baby away into an orphanage in the 1950s. So I've always, before the Epstein class, there's just been the B system. The B system has always existed, and then you have these peripherals of pockets of people that have fed off them, have taken advantage of them. But it's all the same stuff. It's all the same B system. And so now we're back. And I actually saw a young girl get on there and talk about how her family has been here for hundreds of years. And that bitch is my niece. So I got to chime in and be like, oh yeah? I said, well, I said we got because I met a cousin, mom's nephew, Larry Archuleta. It's like one of his niece cousins. It's like we're all related. So that's why I get to go around Taos and talk about my stupid cousin. Because, you know, I'm related to like half the fucking state of New Mexico. Really. It's funny. So when they shit on me, they're shitting on themselves, you know. I just happen to think that New Mexico would be like this utopian society if they could get past the whole loop of car shows and hot air balloon festivals and silly, unuseful things. I have an idea how people could. I'd use meta. Can't be to join it. I don't make silly pictures. I don't use AI to make silly pictures. And we've been using AI for a long, long time. It's been controlling the algorithm. They just haven't told the public. See, because I'm one of them creative types. This is a picture of my t-shirt that I had made. Straight people like rainbows too. I'm autistic. I'm not so neurotypical. I always thought that's how the rainbow should be. You hear about what's going on in Albania? How they're like, dude, F you government. Dude, all governments are is a Ponzi scheme. I did a talk about that yesterday, how America's a Ponzi scheme. How they just sell the notion of give us all your money so we can do whatever we want. And we're not going to talk about it because we're going to talk about how it's like security that we don't. Like the Central casting, you know about the Central cast? I used to be one of the Central cast members, and then I'm like, dude, I don't like this show. My brother's a Central casting. He's a writer for Central casting. Used to be a programmer. That's what they do is like they get people that are like-minded and they employ them in agencies like the state. My brother's worked for the state of California like 25, 30 years because he was a programmer. Like there's people, you play the system, and when you play the system, you're not a real person. That's how you become part of the matrix, when you're willing to be loyal and to a company. He was so loyal to UPS. He was a loader. He just hated me. He hated women. Mom was the strong woman that called him on his bullshit. And then I was like, he hated taking me places, like to his friend's house, because I would be like, why are you acting like that? Because I'm autistic. I'd be like, why are you acting? That's not who you are. Who are you trying to be? Because you're not being you. You know? And then he'd be like, oh, I can't be this role. And so me and Mom got thrown away years ago because I call him out because he's a performative person. So anyway, Albania is sick of their government, just like I'm sick of my government, but I ain't gonna go out and fight nobody. All I can do is talk about my grievances, because I ain't gonna leave Mom. But I did make a sticker, because they're starting a flamingo revolution, so I drew this flamingo yesterday. That's not bad. It took me like 5 minutes. I'm just like sketching it out. I'm like, I gotta do this as fast as I can. I think I even have the picture right here still. Mom was asleep, and then I plugged my sticker machine in the bathroom and uploaded it in there. Where is the picture of it? One day, Mom, we're gonna have a place where we can have a place for everything. We'll have all the art supplies in one place. We'll just have an art room. Where is it? I don't know where the picture is that I drew it on. Wait, is this it? Is it in here? I thought it was in this one. I love art. I just think people that should have to like do art and then be able to do plumbing or be an electrician or go. There it is. Go drive a. So I just did this quick sketch yesterday. And then I took a picture of it. And then printed it out on my little and then I put the flamingo revolution on it. So that's how this is all I can do. And then I got my I'm outboarding like a snack mobile, like a convenience store on wheels for poor people. Huh? That's what I'm doing. You know, just take care of people that people can't see. And because me and Mom have been so invisible in our lives, I know what it's like to be invisible. I changed the words on a lot of songs, and I even changed it on the Pledge of Allegiance because I'm indivisible. I'm invisible and justice for all. So me and Mom are going to outboard it, and then when we see people gathered around, you know, that are hungry or thirsty or whatever, we'll give them some good food. Just fellowship, you know, just caring about people. There's this kid that I've been kind of keeping track of on the socials. He put a post on like his frustration, like how he can't survive, like how he and his dog, like he doesn't know how to live on this earth and stuff like that now. And I think he moved on. I don't know if he's around here still. But like you know, when I think about it, I'll try and send him like $25 or something, and then I'll send him like their $40. I got to be careful about my money because I'm at the end of my month, the end of the month, and so I'm gonna send him. He sent me this, like, I mean, there's always gonna be something that he's gonna need money for. So either I'm gonna have money to send to the kid, or I'm not, and that's just how it's gonna be, you know. But if I have stuff to share, I'm gonna share it. I just think that it's so weird that supposedly, I'm not one that believes in population numbers. I think population number, the whole idea of population is complete nonsense because they create markets and they create systems like economics where they do things like forecasting and projections and all these things that aren't based on reality. They're based on theoretics. And so because of that stuff, I live in the tangibles. So right now on my earth, on my planet, because of where I am, there's two people on it. It's me and Mom. When I go out in the world and I go to Ace Hardware, wherever I am, that is my earth. That close proximity. I don't go to concerts anymore. I used to live on 3D Earth with all the exchanging of energy and stuff. I've seen so many shows and concerts and stuff, and now they're doing the freaking bullshit 4th of July. I can't stand the 4th of July. My indigenous blood just boils at my colonial blood. And then I have to work harder to be peace within myself. Because it's just more representation that Washington, D.C. and Hollywood are the same. They both exist to get the main population, the main masses, the people that look, to believe in things. To sway their perception. To manipulate people. And they've worked in conjunction as long as they both have existed. And people are waking up because they're not tuning into the program. You want to know, these are my theories on the things that I've deduced. Like, when I was a little kid, they'd say, oh, there's 4 seasons. There's winter, summer, spring, and fall. But I lived in places where there was only 2 seasons. And sometimes it would snow, but like only every 5 or 6 years. Only every now and again. So every now and again there would be 3 seasons, but mostly there would be 2 seasons. And then I moved to Nebraska, or then I went to basic training and I went to Texas. And then one day I experienced all 4 seasons in one day. One day we're marching to school, rain, sleet, wading through flooded drains, stuff like that. And then we're marching home, and it's like sweltering, swamp ass, stink butt stuff. Nasty, gross, good they would, gross. So, like, it's subjective. So it's by the perceiver. And then you have people that are born like in raised where I spent my formative years Reading. I looked up Reading this morning. It said the next month over 100 degrees, 101, 102, 103. I'm like, fuck you. No, I don't want to live. So Reading is basically 2 seasons. You have hell and you have not so hellish. I had the chicken pox there back in the early 1980s. It was 117. We didn't have air conditioning. We had a swamp cooler. We had a swamp cooler, and that's it. And Mom couldn't afford to run the swamp cooler because she didn't have any money for electricity to run the swamp cooler, except for but like a couple hours in the afternoon. So I would lay on a sheet under this thing, I learned how to meditate when I was a little girl. Because like the way I look at it is my little being in Mom's womb was me meditating, and then the outside world would inject things into Mom to disrupt me. And then so like my life has put me in situations where I have no choice but to meditate. I learned to meditate on places like a Greyhound bus, because we had to ride on a bus usually from San Luis, wherever we were down Central Coastal California, to where it was always 11 and a half hours. 11 and a half hours on a bus. So I would stare out the window and I would look at the giants laying on their sides in the mountains of California. And I would, I would just meditate, just go into my own world. And my astrological placements, I have so much Pisces. I have a stellium in Pisces. I live in my 12th house, I guess. That's a pretty important thing. I have this Gemini, and I got 29 degrees Saturn. And 23 degrees Mars. Like Marge. Get it? Marge. Did you know that? Did you know? No, they don't know. So I have all this aggression and all this fire in me, and then my air and water spins it up and makes me steamy like a little teapot, short and stout. And ever since I was a little girl, Mom's taught me, but you better learn emotional control. You better learn how to control your emotions and contain yourself. Because if you do not learn how to control your emotions, you will be institutionalized. And the institution will control your emotions for you. And my brother makes $250,000 a year for the office of, I don't know. I don't look them up no more, and it might have changed. But I'm just saying, the guy makes more than people in Congress, and he threw his own mother away. So just understand, agency is welfare for the employees. It doesn't exist to help any constituents. And they do want us to uprise and fight up against each other. And I'm going to play the game of like, what can I do to get along? How can I get along with you today? Because I can get along with anybody and everybody on the planet. What happens is I come across people that they don't want to get along with me. I don't recognize, you're a weirdo that recognizes agency, like politics, and I don't. It's all manipulative reindeer games. I don't even, what the fuck is a liberal? What's a GOP? They're just stupid words that people that get little "I voted today" stickers wear. Get out of here with that crap. I don't go hang out in places I don't want to be. I recommend you don't either. Don't worry. You know what I hear? Funny thing? I love it when dudes freaking come in and freaking try to machismo at me. Every time I think, I never need a little blue pill to be me. Never. And they all, at some point, need that extra little help. Did you ever watch Mike and Bolly? It's okay to make fun of erectile dysfunction. They did it for years. It happens to everybody, except for me and all the other women that don't need a little blue pill to be a woman. See, men hate women because we are the creator. We are the ultimate creator because we could create life. I never did, thank God. I love my babies so much, I never had them. Why would I want to make a little baby and bring it to this earth when I was a 10-month-old baby that got, put on the dark web, we'll say that. My hip still pops at 52. So I never lived on a planet where that didn't happen. So when I talk about how people do weird shit to kids and they're like, how dare you talk about that? That doesn't happen. I'm like, but it happened to me, and then I get ignored and shunned and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, it's you fuckers that make a world where this even exists. I was just a baby. I didn't make it happen to me. You know, because people are into weird shit. I'm a prude. I'm a straight up prude. I've been celibate over 10 years. 10 years! I'm on the decade. Like, you get so much time under that celibacy belt. Like, you don't even, like, the idea of being, like, doing all that stuff I used to do with other people when I was younger. I'm just kind of like, I'm just, bleh, bleh. You getting hungry, Mom? No? You're just listening to me yammer on? Well, he did say I could put... He put water in there. Is it hot in here? We're at 74? I think I'll wait till it gets hotter this afternoon. This is the first sticker I made. Where is it? This is of my boys. These are my boys. All dogs go. These are my boys at the Rainbow Bridge. That's Artie Pants. That's Tucker. And that's Benny. It's been almost a year since Benny left. He surprised me. He was totally unexpected. July 13th, 14th. I don't know. Well, it just sucked. I just, go out into the no place space. It took me a long time to come back down to the planet after Benny. Yeah. He taught me that I could be loving and patient and tolerant. Because he was. He used to take these little teeth and like pinch me in the back of my arm. Like, don't take life so serious, Marge. Why are you so serious, Marge? Why are you being so serious, Marge? So, yeah, Luna's the last, and then I'm gonna chill out on critters for a while. I'm not gonna make any serious decision. I'll probably get a cat. I'll probably get a kitten. I've been wanting one for a while. But, like, Mom wants to go on some adventures and stuff, right? And I don't want to have to worry about the dogs at home. So, we're probably not going to get any more dogs for a while. And soon, any day now, they're deliberating my rating at the VA because I hear more noise all the time. Like, even if the fans are off, I still hear engine running all the time because I worked on the flight line and I'm imprinted with noises. My brain is imprinted. And so, and I'm losing my hearing, so I don't know, whatever. It's a big game. It's a big game to them. We're just allocated numbers. You know, but they keep killing us off, and they're not going to be able to rely on, say, well, we need all this money to take care of them if there ain't none of us left to take care of. So, see, I don't use the VA. I try to stay healthy. I got my 2 20-pound weights, and even on days that I don't feel like it, I do one set of 311. Because I do sets of 111 at a time. And so, but I have to go out and walk more and stuff like that. Frankly, it's hot and I don't like exercising. I don't like it. I just do it because it's important to keep my soul sack maintained. That if you don't lose your body, you lose your ability to use your body. Does that make sense? If you don't use your body, if you don't stretch, I always think one day there's going to be I sit on the floor a lot. Like, I sit at my chair next to Mom, basically, is a dog bed. Like, right there is where I sit when we watch TV here, and Mom sits there and I sit next to her, and sometimes I'll lay on the bed, but one day, like, I do things to challenge myself that are hard to do, like sit on the floor and then get up, because I'm old, and it's one day I'm gonna get up off the floor, and that's gonna be the last time I'm ever gonna get off the floor, you know. And people are so sick and so like the world. When I was a little girl, people of all ages were not as sick as they are now. All these cancers, and I listened to this dude talk about the shot, and I'm like, dude, I talked about this in 1990 from my experience. Like, they've been using us military members as guinea pigs. I remember telling somebody, I think I had COVID in 2000. Because I rarely got sick. I don't get sick a lot. I'm a healthy being. Like, when I was a little girl, I'd get ear infections, I'd get eye infections, but that's more like I'm going to have a hard time calibrating to the energies, frequencies of this planet. That's what that stuff is to me. And after we got our shots in basic training and I ended up in tech school, I got sick. And I didn't want to go to the hospital because I didn't want to get washed back. And I ended up getting washed back anyway, so I should have just gone to the hospital. But I'm glad I didn't go to the hospital because I might not ever left. Because it's the same base. See, because they test on us military. They test genetic stuff on us. They test, like, a lot of us bloodline people are in the military. They do, like, weird people with money do whatever they want. They do weird stuff. They're going to do weird stuff with your genetics. It's just how it is. It's not yours anyway. It's the people that want to profit from it being yours. Because we're living on an alien ant farm and shit like that. And so, I got so sick, felt like I said, I bet this is what pneumonia, like, I couldn't breathe, like, I felt moisture in my lungs. There was a point that I was laying in bed and I was just like, God, you gotta heal me because I'm scared. I don't know what, like, there's things going on in my body that I don't understand. And they put me on quarters and stuff, and and then I carried that with me. And then, like, 15 or what 20 years later, and then they gave me the anthrax vaccine. I got 2 at once in each arm. There's different people that got different protocols. It just depends on, I guess, if you've got that good blood. I have that good blood. I am a hustler after all. Walton. It's the Waltons that, yeah, it's that bloodline. It's that whatever bullshit. Eastern Star witches, all that stuff, never did me any favors. Never did me. It only, they did not help me. And by not helping, hinders. So, I don't want to be like that. I wonder if I could get rid of my last name and not just not be a he's sick. Because most of the men in my family, generationally, have been very sick men. Yeah. Anyway, they always get off. They always get off. They don't get in trouble because of who they are. Like, my brother got out of shit that he should have gone to jail for. And he got his expunged, his record expunged. And in his mind, it doesn't exist because it's not on the record, but in my mind, it exists because he did it, and I took some of the soda to school and sold it, and almost got in trouble myself. And then I remember Mom telling me what happened, like how she had to go to frickin' and sit to a judge and talk to a judge. And so he's been a part of the MK Ultra gate bullshit. He sold his soul. Just like so many people that go with, I can't be a part of things that I'm adamantly against, and I don't believe in where there's good people that work in terrible organizations. I don't have that belief. People are able to be culpable, and if they want to go along with bullshit, like the police, oh, there's good cops and bad cops. Well, how come the good cops never arrest the bad cops? Because they won't turn on their own. Okay, but their own do evil things, and they should go to jail because they break the law. It's just this whole system of bullshit. Ooh. Where's that? Colorado mortuary owners who hid decomposing bodies in back room arrested. Like, people, they got greedy and they got selfish. They started saying, I'm going to do this job. And then they can't do the job. But then they started seeing all the benefits from saying that they can do the job. And then, like, okay, I don't know. I'm programmed by so many different things in the world. So my program, all over my FYP, people are starting to watch 6 Feet Under again. You ever watch that show, 6 Feet Under? It was on Showtime. God, that guy, man. If I had a square foot for every dude that I knew in life that was a Nate, you know, wow, I would have a lot of acreage. There's lots of Nates in the world. But it gives me a perspective. Stuff makes me think about things, you know? And that, still to this day, is the greatest ending of a show I ever watched. So, yeah, it's a trip. And now it's like, I watched it, they had a thing the other day, and I think this is the year that David, 2025, one of them died in 2025. So anyway, gonna go wash Mom's hair. It's what I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day.